Fellow Eratons, welcome to the video post of day 23. So I'd just like to first of all say that I passed the 50k, so woot or W00T for those that can speak late speak. So I want to first of all share, which I think I said share already, but first of all I'd like to say how I managed to do it. Now, the obvious thing was that I wrote. I wrote every day. And the thing that actually drove me to write every day was because every time I gave a post to you guys, I couldn't exactly tell you all to write and not write myself. So even when I've had a really busy day and I couldn't feel like writing, I thought I need to write at least the minimum amount, or then why listen to me if I don't write, especially if I wrote zero. So I always made sure that I wrote enough to hopefully let you guys sort of see that if I'm writing, then you must be writing too. The other thing that I'd like to add about this, well, that, sorry, mind block. The other thing that, sorry, what else did I do? Well, I also, because I wanted to go into the other story, but I'll get to that later. So the other thing that I did was I actually wrote out scenes this time. So the very first nano, what I did was I made a very brief outline. The second nano, I just went for it. I had a brief idea, and I just went, okay, I'll just keep going with it. This year's nano, I wrote down various scenes. So I actually have a little my notebook here, and you can see that what I have is up at the top here. I have the title of the scene. Then I have the main characters, sort of what they are feeling at the beginning, the middle, and the end. The secondary character, what they're beginning at the start, middle, and the end, and then the remaining part is sort of various points in the scene that I want to put in. That I found is quite useful, although what I found was that there was not too much filler on it. So possibly once I run out of scenes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the middle and just add bits and pieces in to build the scene up. It might count as a bit of editing, but rather than making a scene that shouldn't be there, I thought it's best to do it in that way. So anyway, back to the story that I was going to tell, and it's based on actually the French trip that I had earlier in the week. You might have remembered reading about it, and so I was in France and I was out for dinner with two of the people that I would be working for, and if this proposal goes ahead, and one of them had a son, and she said that he was studying agronomy. Now, I'd never heard of agronomy, and I thought it might have just been a sort of difference in translation. And so I went, "What's agronomy?" And they said it was the study of agriculture. And I sort of said, "I think we just call it agricultural studies," because I'd never heard of agronomy. So she said, "No, I'm sure agronomy is over in like as in the English language as well." So the next day, she ended up coming with it saying, "Oh, look, here's a university that shows agronomy." I say, "I'm sure it's only agricultural studies, but yeah, fair enough." So I didn't know what the real difference was at all. Anyway, fast forward to actually the plane trip back, and I was sitting next to like someone on the plane. I'd unluckily been given the emergency exit seats, which yes, you get more legroom, but it means you can't put your bag underneath the seat. You have to put it in an overhead compartment. And when you're stuck at the window, that means that what you have in your hands is basically what you'll have for the flight. Luckily, I had the rough idea that it would be the uh, flight seat because the emergency exit seat because well I'm quite a large guy, and as a result, they tend to go, "Oh well, he'd be strong enough to sort of take the emergency exit," but they don't realise that I'm all fat and not much muscle at all. So yeah, so I'm sitting on the plane, and like this lassie is sitting next to me, and like I was busy writing out some scenes and also having a look through some scientific papers that I had as well. And well, I had like got one of the coffees, and so after I finished the coffee, I was like pretty much at the end of doing any plot scenes and such like. So I sort of noticed the book that the person was reading, and I think it was Kate Morton's The Distant Hours. I'd never heard of Kate Morton, so I didn't know the style of book she read. So I, like when the person finished the chapter, see, I don't interrupt people if they're reading. If they stop reading, I can talk to them. But if they are reading, you don't interrupt. Same with probably if they're listening to music. So so this sort of shows how maybe I got up to 50,000 words because I obviously go around the point often, but not this year. I've kept to the point this year, the previous 2 years. Anyway, back to the point. So I was sort of going, all right. So what's the book about? And she was saying it was about. I think it was about somebody looking for their mother's like murderer or how her mother died. And one of the things that I then led to ask was sort of going, oh, so why were you in France? And she sort of said that she was at a farm because she does research. And so I sort of said, all right, so is that like what sort of research is it? Sort of on the vegetation or the animals and that? And she went, oh, it's agricultural studies. And so I said, so what's the difference between agronomy and agricultural studies? Now, some people might have said that it was a coincidence that I'd just learnt the word agronomy, but then I would have sat next to that person anyway if they had sort of mentioned agricultural studies, and I probably wouldn't have asked that question. So I think as far as I can work out, if you're interested, but if by this point, if you've been waiting 9 minutes, you probably are a little bit interested, a bit, and so I might as well tell you. The agronomy is sort of pretty much, I think, is more of like the the standard study of the subject, and agricultural studies or agricultural sciences is the side subjects that will like that is more encompassing. The like rough example I would give is sort of say chemistry, which is typically the inorganic, physical, and organic chemistry, but The chemical sciences might include analytical chemistry and some extra, more specialised areas. So agronomy in general, agricultural studies in specifics. But the one thing that I thought is related to Nano is that she basically studies cows, this person that I was sitting next to, and their eating habits. And she's looking at Frisian cows, which I was the person that went, oh, so is it Frisian cows or is it the meat cows? So I don't know what the name was for the meat cows. Now, if I just said to you guys, oh, do you know what a Frisian cow is? You probably would go, no, but you do. It's a dairy cow. And it's not because the milk is fresher from Frisian. Yeah, puns. I love them. It's not because it's anything about freshness. It's that happened. I found that out from a conversation with a couple of Dutch people when I was in Portugal earlier this year, and basically it's those cows are from Frisia, I think, which is an area in I was going to say Dutchland, the Netherlands, or is it Holland? I can never remember. Is it Netherlands is the whole thing, or Holland is just a small part? Well, if you guys know, you can comment below and remind me. Yeah. So anyway, the Frisian cows. So it's a sort of started asking questions about like sort of the bit of the study, and so she sort of says that for 2 weeks, what they do is they actually feed them as much feed them grass all the time, sort of just like how they would actually in the field. But what they'll do is they'll collect their waste. And so, of course, the curious person in me sort of goes, well, how much waste did it produce? And apparently it's 50 kilograms a day. Now, bearing in mind that a cow weighs 500 kilograms, like a 2.2 pounds in the kilo, or a kilo is 2.2 pounds, so that's about 100 pounds of waste products and 1,000 pounds of the weight of the cow. But I'm going to keep it in kilograms, and you'll obviously see why in probably about another minute or two, unless I get sidetracked again. So basically 50 kilograms, 500. And so I thought, that's a lot of crap. And it got me thinking just there, just as I was about to start this video. And we're all writing 50,000 words which are most possibly crap. Yep, that's it. And it doesn't matter that it's crap, because you can get useful results from it. Just like how this researcher is going to sort of get useful results out of the 50 kilograms of crap, or 50,000 grams. So don't worry if your story is rubbish, because there might be something very useful that comes out of it. And that I think is a very nice part to end on. And I hope everyone still carries on writing. Even though I'm past the 50,000, I'm going to keep writing every day. I'm going to try and keep writing the bare minimum of the 1667. Yeah? Because I'm going to be there with you all the way, writing every day, and so that Team Erato will come straight through to the very end. And let's hope that this year we get the most winners. So come on guys, write as much as you can. Try and get past that 50,000. Don't worry if you haven't got there yet, or if it's a far journey.
Don't look and go, oh well, he's finished, they've finished. Take it as it's an inspiration. You've got a team member that has managed it, and you guys can too. So, how about just give your workouts below, and if you want, hand down an excerpt as well.